This is a code walkthrough for the example file LoopingWhileAccumulation.java. What this file does is demonstrates the use of a while loop to perform accumulation, which is just reading some unknown length series of numbers and summing them all up. So let's work our way through this with the debugger before we free run it a few times. As always, let's compile it and make sure it hasn't gotten corrupted in any way. And we will set a breakpoint here on main and start on it with the debugger. So what we're doing here is we're setting up some recognizable sentinel value. Hopefully -1 is not a valid value, but -1 is going to be the signal that we stop looping. So we define a number to be read in, and we initialize the sum of all those numbers to 0. And then here's the prompt we're going to use. And then we feed that prompt message to our utility class readInt method to read a number in using scanner. So for example, let's put in the number 10, and we will enter the while loop with that, and we'll check it against the sentinel value. Is 10 not equal to -1? True or false? Well, that's true. It's not the sentinel value. So we enter, we add it to the sum, and then we read our next value in a update read. So let's say 20. We'll just use some nice round numbers here. So now we read in a 20. We're going to go back around and perform the same check. Is 20 not equal to -1? Yes, that's true. So we'll go through the loop one more time. We'll add 20 to the sum, and notice that updated to 30 here, and we'll read our next value. And let's say we read in 30, let's say. We go back around again, check whether it's not equal to the sentinel value. It is not, so we continue looping. We add that 30 to our running tally, get to 60, and we read in another number. Now let's say we're done with the numbers, and so we'll put in the sentinel value of -1. So we read in a -1 and come back around to check whether we go through this loop again. Now we're testing whether -1 is not equal to -1. Well, now that's a false statement because it is equal to -1. So now we're done, and we simply print out the sum, and we'll keep stepping here, and we are done. Now notice that this sum was declared outside and preceding this while loop. Remember the whole idea of variable scope. We don't want to declare the sum inside the while loop if we want to do something with it outside the scope of this while loop block. So now let's take this breakpoint away and let's free run this a couple times. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should be 15, and the sum is 15. Let's run it again. I'm going to put some random numbers in. I'm not keeping track really closely, but I'm assuming you can do that if you're really curious and checking up on me. Put in a -1. There's the running total. Now notice that this will also work if the first number we encounter is already the sentinel value, in which case we don't add anything to the sum, and this should report a sum of 0. And it correctly does. Okay? So this is just a simple example of using a while loop to perform accumulation, or the summing of an unknown sized set of numbers.